Time to start a fire and get going on the day. This is the rest of the oil that's drained out over the last few days. It's mixed in with a little bit of water, but it's not going to matter because we're not reusing that oil. It's waste oil now. I'm just going to get underneath the machine quickly and replace the drain plug into the oil pan. And then we're going to get rigged up here. I'm going to try to lift that mainspring out of there, and then we'll get after these bolts. Well, there's the one side. Now we just got to go get the other side. Of course, the other side here doesn't have a pin with a split key in it. It's like the original. It's got a bolt that's been put in there, and by the look of it, it's been in there for many years because it's actually, the bolt is actually painted yellow a long time ago. Well, that top one isn't coming out of there for some reason. It feels almost like it's welded. And of course they got a carriage bolt in here. So I'll need a vice grip. Well, we're back, and I opted for the torch. I'm just going to cut that bolt out of there and knock it apart. I'm going to end up cutting it anyway, so might as well get it over with. That's going to take a little bit of straightening. Those bars are bowed and bent. I think maybe that's their natural stature. We'll have to check into it. But this whole assembly here is out of there. Gonna have to rebuild some pins, proper pins. They got some bolts in there and nuts and wrong bolts, round-headed bolts like over here. So I have to replace that and put something proper in there. Clean her up, and we'll clean it up before we put it back in. Well, I couldn't get that darn nut and bolt out of there with just wrenches, even with a snipe on it. So we're just going to use the blue wrench again. There, both sides are loose there. They got no pins left in them, so it should be a little bit easier to maneuver that big old spring out of there. Well, we're going to have to get a different plan of attack. Well, it's a few days after. This is the 6th of December. And as you can see, we've got quite a bit of snow come down here. I didn't get back to it for a few days, but it's been snowing for a few days now. And we just got ready to take out that main spring, but we never got it out. We got the auxiliary, but we didn't get the main. We got the bolts cut, etc., etc. But what I got to do now, so the spring will clear the oil pan and the keepers on the track frames for that spring, as I got to jack this up another 3, 4, 5 inches, whatever. So that's what we're going to get on to. Okay, we'll try that. Going to clean it out a little bit and then see if we can jack that spring up, get them out of the keepers and in between the oil pan where it cuts across there. Okay, we're going to have to, we got it jacked up there, but we'll have to maybe pry it back and forth with a crowbar and hopefully it'll just drop down where it ain't going to hurt nothing. And me, I don't want to be underneath there when it comes down. It's sitting on my floor jack, so I'll just try to pry it back and forth and see what happens. Well, there, looks like she dropped right down. So we'll just pull it out of there. Okay, well there it's out, right out in front, still sitting on the jack. I don't know how I'm going to get it back in there, but that'll be a ways from now. I guess to start with it being on the jack at that angle, somehow or another. So that's going to be it for the episode, for this episode, and episode number 6. And we got the spring out. I'm going to probably jack the front of the motor down so it's level again. Clean out all that snow. As you can tell, it's snowing. Not hard, but it just starts snowing and it just doesn't really quit till spring around here. So it's going to get deeper. It's just going to keep on accumulating. But anyway, we're going to lower it down and then take all the bolts off that oil pan. That'll be the next episode, opening up the oil pan and taking that pump out of there. And after all this, I sure hope that there's a problem with that pump. But I can't see anything other than a problem with the pump. But we'll see it at that point when we get that opened up. Okay, we'll catch up to you later.